Good evening, everybody. I will do the second video where we go through Twitter to see what technical charts that I found interesting. And I can say that this will be very highly Grady heavy. He has made some amazing charts, as I have seen them many times before. And I think, well, if you haven't seen them, we should have a look. As always, this is my thoughts, so always do your own due diligence before you do any kind of investments. But I hope you enjoy it. So let's have a look. Let's have a look. Okay. This is Bear Creek Mining. You can see all the way down the lower trend line coming across here. One touch, two touch. So every time we have touched this one, we are off to the upper trend line, wherever you want to put it. He has put it here, as you can see, coming across, which makes total sense. And if we are in for a repeat, we are going from 0.4 to roughly 3. So that's a 6-7 bagger. So this is absolutely great risk reward right here for this mining company. And here he is, Grady. I highly suggest you follow him. He has some amazing charts. Here you have the Australian dollar against the US dollar and platinum. This is a long-term chart, 15 years, so you can see the high correlation between the two. And what he's pointing to is that the Australian dollar will outperform the US dollar here in the next 2 to 3 years. And therefore, platinum should go up with this ratio because the correlation is so dead on, so on point, right? So yeah, I absolutely love this chart. Makes total sense to me. Silver is up against the blue. Let me just read what it says here. Silver is up against the big blue breakout line here. Second secular bull leg started March 2020 at the crash lows. Now we are in a third wave. Coming years, it will be huge. I agree. It will be 26 is my level for the break on silver. So yeah, and yeah, he's pointing to a move all the way up to a lot higher than here. I can say it's a log scale, so I can't even imagine how high it is. But I agree. We are in for a big move here. I think this is $2 to like 50, so that's 25x from the lows here. So that's roughly $300 silver in my view, if I do the math correctly. And I agree. I totally agree. Here we have platinum against SPX, the monthly, again, 15-year bullish pattern. Yeah, it doesn't say much here, only that the platinum is back testing here, the SPX, the upper trend line. Personally, I would put it up a bit higher here, maybe. But again, I wouldn't question anything that Grady does. He's really good. So you can see here, platinum has underperformed the SPX for 15 years in one big wedge here coming down. And we are now breaking out of the apex, retesting a bit here. And also, my take is also that platinum will be a huge winner here in the next 10 years. And it will outperform almost anything. It's a very tiny market, so it will be very explosive at the end, of course. And I would also, just as Grady here, I think we'll go higher here, a slow grind higher. So looks absolutely amazing for platinum when measured against the SPX. Which, yeah. Similar, this is silver quarterly, the mother of all legit looking proper cup and handles, and I agree. Look at this here, $50, $50, the cup handle, and we should break out above 30 or the 50 level within a few years. I actually think it could be a bit faster, but anyways, I will take it. Absolutely beautiful pattern. I have posted this many times as well on Twitter. And if you measure the cup here, the low of the cup to the high on the log scale, you have roughly again 25x or 20x more or less from the breakout. So $50 silver times 20. You do the math. Will we get there? I don't know, but we will get in between, yeah, like 300 to 1,000 when this is over, in my view. Sounds silly, I know, but silver will go a lot higher than people might think. So I totally agree here, and we are just waiting for the breakout at the 26th. Then we will pop into the 30s, have a pullback, and then we will go. Looks amazing. My favorite sector of all time, uranium. This is URA measured against the spot price. You can see here, and I have posted this also many times, big inverted head and shoulders on a 10-year time frame. You have the left shoulder, the head, the right shoulder, and we are just getting started. The first bull run you saw from late 2020 till 2021 was just a tiny taste of what's to come. And the uranium miners will outperform the spot price heavily. And the spot price will go up meanwhile. We are at $50, $60 roughly right now, 55. And I think we'll go way into the hundreds and 200s. And you can see here that URA will outperform that by a factor of 5 or so, so 10 times. You do the math, it looks amazing. Very bullish on uranium. And if you haven't checked out the sector, please do. There are many people on Twitter that have some great insights on uranium. Still, my favorite sector. Okay, this is oil. A beautiful chart here on the log scale. Big head and shoulders, left shoulder, head, right shoulder. Massive breakdown, obviously, the March 2020 crash where we went to like negative, whatever, just a major blow off to the downside. Came right back up, snapped above, broke out, retraced, and now we are back testing this big 10, 15 year actually long-term golden trend line. So this, I think, will hold. Hopefully it will. Otherwise, we have support down here at 55. But again, oil looks absolutely amazing. 50% retrace, bullish. This is gold. It's a short-term time frame. We have the highs here, and you can see he has the weekly closes here, and we are back testing the weekly close at around 1820-ish in that range. Still very bullish. If we can hold these levels and start to grind higher, then gold will be off to the races to 3K roughly in that area. Last but not least, long-term 50-year gold chart, which is pointing to 10K, 15K. I have a target of 8K, but I will gladly take 15K. But this just shows you that we are in for a major leg up here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Big leg, close to 10K, I agree. This will be late in this decade, as he is also pointing to. And yeah, gold will just absolutely outperform a lot of things. And meanwhile, the dollar purchasing power will crash. That's what we're basically looking at here. So yeah, I think that's all I had for today. I don't have time for these here, but it doesn't matter. I think these charts are very good. Follow Grady. He's a really good long-term macro guy. So yeah, I hope you liked it. Please give me your comments below and have an awesome day. Cheers.